seriously, what are we talking about today?
Nothing.
What do you mean nothing? Like, we have to talk about something.
What if we talk about nothing?
Yeah, I think we should talk about nothing.
The show is about nothing.
Show about nothing?
So
Yeah, remember that time we were all together at the Waffle House? That's an episode.
What are we talking about? I don't know. I don't get it. It's about nothing?
The show is about absolutely nothing.
All the other podcasts out there are talking about something. We're going to talk about nothing.
So there's no storyline, there's no topic, there's no nothing.
What
Exactly.
storyline? It's a podcast. We talk about nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
I don't get it.
Hey everyone, welcome to 5 Idiots Talking Toys, a collector's podcast here on YouTube in video form, and you can also listen to us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and many more places. Thanks very much for joining us. I'm Shane Davison. I'm here with John and Brandon and Chris and Charles, and we are doing a show tonight about nothing.
So, Shane, how's all the banners coming for the show?
Good. They're going to be ordered in the next day or two.
We have banners for the show. For the show. Like
for
the
this
convention?
podcast, but for the convention for ICCC.
Oh wow.
We have our booth, all 5 of us, right? We're going to be in the booth in the big sales room. And we're doing fit banners, 5 Idiots Talking Toys podcast banners. We'll have a lot of information there. We're going to have a giveaway on site. So we'll have some information for that, and people that are there in person can get involved in that. But so we'll have banners for a couple different reasons, but I'm excited. I think the booth is going to look great. Again, those are going to get ordered in the next couple of days, and we're going to have swag too, right, guys?
We're gonna have like a bunch of merch. Like I'm assuming shirts, stickers, patches, hopefully.
Whoa. I thought we were bringing nothing.
No, that's tonight's episode.
Oh, okay.
Brandon just wants a table with a black tablecloth and a chair.
Yeah, I mean, everyone will walk up to us wondering what's going on.
And you'll just tell them it's a table about nothing.
It's a table about nothing. That'll be Brandon's table.
No, I think our table is actually going to look really nice with the banner and the posters on the side, and hopefully we can, get all this merch together before the show starts, so we have it on site. We will have our store online open too, so you can always go online and buy some stuff off there.
Yeah. And to be clear, we're going to have some merch available for sale, to help support the podcast so that we can put the money, back into the show and continue to grow the content that we can bring. But we're also going to have swag too, guys. We're going to be handing stuff out, in the convention hall, around in the lobby later on at night, hanging out with people. We're going to be giving stuff out as well.
Yeah, so whoever's bringing their kids and stuff, we'll have some stickers for them for free. We'll have some patches that we'll probably be selling, some T-shirts, hopefully some nice, cool stuff that if Shane can get it done before May, that will be good to go.
You guys told me it was due in the middle of May.
That's when the convention is?
Am I running out of time?
It's going to be over by then.
Oh.
Anyway, but we're going to encourage everybody to come stop by, say hi, talk to us, ask us questions, take selfies, add us to your social media. We'll be happy to, take pictures, sign autographs for you guys on your merch. We'll sign the hats. We'll sign figures. It'd be pretty neat if we had figures of ourselves. I don't think we can go that far though.
No, that's a little much.
Yeah, we're going to have a giveaway too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A show only giveaway.
Oh, we're gonna have a show only giveaway.
Yeah, so basically what we were thinking about doing is not only do we have the Razor Crest giveaway at 2,500 subs, but we're also going to do a show giveaway for the people that are only at the show. We're going to have tickets. Everyone's going to take a ticket number, and we're going to put it in a basket. And I, assuming the last day on Sunday, like noon, we'll pick out a winner, and we're going to have a nice graded item to give away to someone.
So we can pull a ticket out occasionally, a couple of times during the weekend, give out a free patch, something like that. So we'll have a couple of prizes to give out, different levels.
So Brandon, can John Walden win this prize at the IC?
Nope.
All right, man. A few words. Now, John, what are you most excited about? The T-shirts, I think you were looking forward to, right? Those are going to get ordered this week as well.
As far as the merch that we're going to have?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the T-shirts are going to be pretty cool. Yeah, looking forward to that. And, stickers, handing out stickers. I like the idea of just handing stuff out to people.
Right.
And stickers. Well,
we're going to try to have a shirt that's going to be a one-off shirt, a one-of-a-kind shirt that's just available at the show, because we are it may be live by the time people are watching this, but we're in the middle of launching an online merch store as well. So there'll be shirts available there, but we'll have a one-off shirt that's just available at ICCC for you folks who are going to be there. So definitely come over to the booth for that as well.
I'm waiting for the hats. I want the hats. I want hooded sweatshirts. I want everything. I want underwear. 5 Idiots Talking Toys underwear. That's what I want. I want it all. Bring it.
Now, are you a boxers or a briefs guy? I mean, the women that watch the show want to know.
Full boxers. Haven't worn briefs since I was 8 years old when I watched Seinfeld.
How about you, John?
Boxer briefs.
Yep. I'm all boxers. Shane?
Yeah.
Boxers since I was in my early teens. Boxers, yeah.
I actually don't think I ever wore boxers. I probably went from whitey tighty straight to like briefs.
Boxer briefs is the way to go.
Yep.
How about you, Brandon?
Commando.
Like
he's out there and he's loving every second of it.
Loving
Every second of it.
Every second.
So is that a rebel commando or just regular commando?
Sometimes it's a rebel commando.
Sometimes his boys fall in line and they're just regular commandos.
You got to have a little camouflage on there,
What about, honestly, what you guys do the show? Have you guys been saving anything? Because, I should probably, I should have been saving stuff for the last month or two, but I really haven't been. I list everything on Rogue 5, and I'm not really putting stuff aside. Yet I see other guys and other groups saying how they have all this stuff put aside and they're not selling for the next month until the show. And I don't think any of us have actually done that.
I have some things in mind that I'm probably going to bring, but I'm trying to just move the bigger things that I can't travel with and just save smaller things for the show.
And Chris and Charles were doing kind of the opposite. They were looking to continue selling figures and whatnot and save the big stuff because you guys are driving down that you can bring there and you don't have to ship them. Brandon's in California, so it's like the opposite for him.
I have so many vehicles here. I have like a Millennium Falcon and like an Ewok freaking village and B-Wings and Y-Wings. And it's just like, it's so hard to list that stuff because shipping is like $30, $40 or whatever it is. So at least when you bring it to the show and you list it for like a good price, they can, take it with them in person. You don't have to ship it. How do you ship a Millennium Falcon? Like, you need a tremendous box of that thing.
Well, I mean, I looked into it to try to ship one, and it was over $25, $35 just to ship a Millennium Falcon. And that was based on the box that it came in, like the original box. I'm trying to replicate that and find a box that I could fit it in, but it's pretty tough. That's why if you're gonna buy big stuff, just buy it at the show.
Yeah, and like $25, $30 is not a lot of money for shipping, but when you're spending $200 or whatever it is on an item, and then you add that on top, it's just it's just hard to ship it. So I've just been sitting on a lot of vehicles waiting to bring it there in person. Hopefully sell them there.
I bought a couple Millennium Falcons last year when I didn't have one, and I remember somebody sent one to me. I think both of them were made boxes, like boxes that were cut down to size so that they kind of they weren't bigger than they needed to be. And I remember one box specifically had the price on it. It was $52 to ship it to me. I don't think I paid $52 because I remember being surprised by the price. It must have been one of those deals where the guy, charged me whatever, got to the post office, old school style, and it cost him $52 to ship it to me. Like, he probably lost money on it.
That's that's why it's so hard to sell those big items, especially like even a B-wing. A B-wing is so oddly shaped. To finding a box that fits that, where it's not like long enough but also wide, and then it's moving around so much that you have to pack so much packing in it. It's not worth it. I'd rather just bring it to the show and try and sell it that way.
Yeah, my side gig, one of my side gigs, I'm an electrician, so whenever I hang a vanity light, I always use the box for the vanity light to ship B-wings in because of the perfect size, perfect height, perfect length, perfect width.
Now that's a John Walden tip, folks. You go out and buy yourself a vanity and you can ship a B-wing anywhere. But that's a good point though. You try to look out for those things as a collector seller. You see it. I'll tell you right now, I have the 2 boxes that I received the Millennium Falcons in. They're still in my basement because I figure if I ever want to ship something that size, I'm just going to hold on to this box and stick it in my corner of my basement, and I don't have to, find one.
That's what my garage has become, is like when I buy stuff for my personal collection, or if I buy big collections that I sell on Rogue 5, I find myself keeping all these boxes, and I just got cardboard stacked up everywhere and it's not for like the regular loose figures or the mocks or graded figures. It's for those, all those oddball sizes that you can't find a box for.
Whenever I see boxes at work or oddly shaped boxes like Amazon, the longer ones, like I pick those up because those are perfect for shipping, like the larger objects, larger
so where do you
stuff.
Pick them up from, like the gutter? You mean like out on the street?
No, like we get a lot of stuff shipped to where I work, so I just keep the boxes from there, and then anything we order from Amazon usually comes in a bigger box for some reason, unless it comes in the bubble wrap. But I keep all those boxes.
Are you stealing the boxes or?
No, I don't steal anything. They're all in the trash.
Are
So
you
you wait to throw them out in the trash and then you jump in the dumpster and get it?
I jump in the dumpster. Yeah, that is correct.
Are you
How boxes smell when you receive your Millennium Falcon from Brandon?
I did have somebody ship me an AT-AT, and they took the legs off, and they kept just the body with the head, and they shipped it all in a box. But that box that they shipped it in was a makeshift box as well, where they kind of just folded one over and taped the whole thing together. But I had to throw it out because the box was like pretty smushed in when it got to me.
So the Falcon obviously like lays down like who wants a B-wing? Like who actually wants that vehicle? It doesn't even stand up.
Oh, but it's cool though. I have one. I have the vintage collection one, and I got it for my son's room when he was born. I have it hung up in the corner with fishing line, so it just looks like it's actually like floating in the corner, and it looks pretty awesome. You have to do something like kind of creative with it like that. If you're just going to put it on a shelf, I don't know how great it is going to look.
So how do you like an Ewok Playhouse? Because I have 2 of them here, and I don't know what to do with those things. They're in a tremendous box.
I hate those play sets.
You take them with you to the con.
What are those things? What do they even go for? You don't ever see them for sale because they're so hard to ship. So like, what does it go for? I don't even know.
Between
Might be a good giveaway.
It depends on the level of completion too. You know, if it's 100% complete, about $130.
It's got a lot of parts. If it's like really nice and totally complete, and the stickers are, you know, the 1 or 2 stickers are nice, you know, you could get $150 for it probably. But a lot of times, not only are the parts missing, but you might have the parts and they might be like cracked or broken too.
So basically, what I'm going to do is I have 2 of them here. I'm going to hopefully build one complete one, and then that will be the giveaway at the show after I make you guys like and subscribe to our podcasts and our videos. Then you can take an Ewok Playhouse and you can throw it on the floor for all I care. It doesn't matter. I just want it gone.
If you're going to give away an Ewok Village as a giveaway, we're going to get about 3 people waiting online for that.
I'm going to unsubscribe myself.
Playhouse, so maybe that's something different. Did you guys have the Ewok Village as kids?
Mm-mm.
That was one of my favorite toys. I mean, I love the Millennium Falcon, but the Ewok Village, I mean, I played with that for hours on end. You could do, you know, it was an actual play set. You could do everything with it.
Never had one.
That's one of like the only play sets that I remember growing up as a kid that I had until my brother, you know, took my whole collection, brought it to the comic book store, and sold it for a 6-pack of tacos.
So I had Ewok Village, but the whatever this playhouse is, I'm not sure if I ever had it.
I had a Millennium Falcon Playhouse. That one was fun. I remember playing with that one.
Did you have a B-Wing Playhouse?
Well,
I think the only playset that I had was the Turret and Probot playset.
Oh, we're talking about the playhouses.
Oh, the Playhouse. Oh, okay. My bad.
Wasn't there a line of Ewoks and it was like Play School?
Yeah, and they had the treehouse.
And that's
ages 1 to 3.
So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking of like that. I'm thinking about that.
Oh, yeah.
So you were 8 and you had the Play School Playhouse for 2-year-olds?
Is that what we're giving away? The Play School Playhouse?
No, I didn't have it. I'm saying I have one here.
You have the Ewok Playhouse?
The one from Play School.
Yeah, does that go along with the Ewok fire cart or fire truck, whatever that's called?
Oh, I have no idea. What do you bring in, John? No, honestly, like what do you have? Like, have you been saving stuff, or are you just basically, you know, just gonna wing it?
No, I definitely have a plan. Like I said before, I'm going to sell a bunch of Modern Joes and a bunch of the Marvel retro figures. I've got a lot of those, and some modern Star Wars figures. But I also have some. Vehicles and bigger stuff that I'm going to bring too. To, you know, because they're just like you guys have said, they're so hard to sell and ship and all that stuff. I have a Millennium Falcon in the box. I think it has the inserts and paperwork that came with it too, and it has the sweepstakes ticket. It's got a sweepstakes ticket in it and stuff, so hopefully that'll be pretty sought after. Somebody will.
Good, John. Show it to me before the show. Maybe we can make a deal beforehand.
I'll bring it with me. To Nashville. Yeah.
John, are you talking about these Marvel Legends? I just got 2 more in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, those.
I got Elektra and Daredevil.
Nice.
Are you
gonna try to get the whole run? The packaging is awesome. You gonna try to get the whole run?
I would like to. I mean, you know how it always starts. My thought was to get the ones that the characters I actually know more than the others. But I mean, I'm not a Daredevil or Elektra guy, but I came across them and I just love the packaging, so I grabbed them.
How much are you paying for those?
What do they go for? Like in the $15 or
$12, something like that. $15, something.
Yeah,
But-
I don't remember, but you know, they're not like a super pricey item, so I just grab them when I see them.
Yeah.
I actually found the and I sent Chris a picture of it because I wasn't sure what they were exactly, but the new Clone Wars figures, the 3 3/4, the 50th
the 50th.
anniversary ones.
Yeah.
I found those at Walmart, and I was contemplating buying them or whatnot. I just like the artwork on them. I know that they're nothing special or whatever, but I think John Rula said he put one on a video saying that somebody sent him a set of them, but they look pretty nice. I might go pick those up.
Listen, the truth is that a lot of the modern stuff is nice. The Marvel line is nice. The all these lines are nice, but it's how much can you possibly collect, and how much can you possibly store in your place? Like, yeah, they look cool, but like, I don't have room for any of this garbage.
Yeah, you have to. You cannot be a completionist. You know, definitely not beyond one line. I mean, if you want to be a completionist with one line and try to go after that, you know, that's something to try to achieve. But you can't be a completionist with, you know, say one Star Wars line and then start collecting Marvel figures and go, oh, I'm going to get all those too. Like, who has room for all of that, and who has the money and room, you know, to support all of that? It's not necessary. Get the ones that you like, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
Go ahead.
You said toys take up so much space. I know we talked about this before. It's not comics or baseball cards where you can kind of stack them on top of one another, put them in a closet. The toys are big. You need a lot of space to display these.
It's because of the mocks. Like, if you want to display the mocks, the nice artwork, especially the loose figures. I mean, you could stick, you know, 100 loose 3 3/4 inch figures in a shoebox and put it in the closet. And nobody would know. So those are, I think, easier to collect. Anything loose, and once you start getting into the mocks, like, Jane, are you going to display those Marvel figures anywhere?
Yeah, I mean, that's the struggle. I have a couple of the boxes of the Hasbro Pulse exclusive versions, which is like an alternate card, but you know, they're still sealed in the 2-packs for now. Yeah, they're just like books on my shelf right now. I would love to display them, but I don't even have room to display all the Star Wars stuff I have. So I got to figure something else out if I'm going to do that. So I haven't been buying a bunch of them. I only have a handful, and I do have that thought, like, don't buy a whole bunch of these yet because I don't have anywhere to put them. But I came across these two, and I just liked them, so I grabbed them.
I think you guys need to move on and just let it go. Just let it go. Just stop with this direction, that direction. You guys get in so many different directions. Just let it go. Let it go.
Shane, I would sell them at the show, and I would sell them for $1 less than John, and sell yours first.
Should I put a sign cheaper than that guy with an arrow?
Yeah.
Are you making custom pieces, Shane?
Yes. I've done a good handful of runs of custom figures now. So when you guys say, like, are you saving stuff, collecting stuff? Like, in my head, that's my version of that. I have some, you know, some vintage stuff to sell, but I'm focusing on that. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of custom vintage Star Wars figures, the original 3 3/4 figures, custom painted. I know everybody pretty much has a focus figure of some kind, or a figure that they really like, a character that they like. So I'll hopefully have that character for the people that are there. I'm going to have a bunch of cool stormtroopers, Boba Fett's, Gamorrean guards, you know, Imperial troops of all kinds. So I'm looking forward to displaying those, you know, getting to share that, because I put a lot of hours into creating them. So it's fun to do, and I'm looking forward to getting those on the table and showing them to people.
I think like 3 people actually reached out to me to ask if you were making custom figures and bringing them.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, dead serious. It was at least 3, maybe 4. Specifically asked if Shane was making his custom figures and bringing them to the show, and I said, yeah, that's pretty much what he's going to have, and he's going to be selling.
Nice. I do have fun with it when I, you know, bring in the finished product. I'll have a run of, a certain amount of them from the same kind of paint scheme. And I show them to my kids. They get very excited. It's kind of a thing in our house right now. They'd like to see the different, color schemes as they get made. But they know I'm saving them for the show, so I'm looking forward to it.
Are you keeping one per figure for yourself, or?
Yes, and it's all because of Brandon. I wasn't at first, and Brandon said, "Did you create a Leia Bosch with this, line that you did, this color scheme?" And at first I wasn't. I think I created like one out of, the first 4 or whatever. And he said, you got to be able to keep one. So up on this shelf here, and I'll pull a couple down at some point, but I do every single one I do one Leia. So I have one to keep for myself of that color scheme. So that's pretty fun.
I know you already started it, but have you thought of using the ICCC like colors?
You know what? I haven't. That's not a terrible idea. Maybe do like, black with some of the 4 colors, the green and the red and the yellow. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. That's a good idea. I like that.
Okay. You're welcome.
I started doing something that, might be, I don't know, corny for some people, but a bunch of people were suggesting this to me. I started like tagging the figures. So a lot of people have seen this boba that I did because it's like my avatar right now, and I had it in a live sale. But what I started doing was I started like tagging the leg.
Okay, cool.
A little signature on there. I got paint pens, and then I've been tagging the bottom of the feet with like what series it is, and just a little, I don't know if I have that upside down, a little SD on the bottom for my initials, but just some kind of tag, like, because it's a, like kind of a piece of artwork in some sense. So I've been having fun doing that too. So I'm tagging them all now. They'll be available.
So now, is this why nothing for the show is getting done? And we keep joking that
hey, I don't just work for you guys. I got to work for myself too. Yeah. So, and speaking of that, guys, we're rebranding the podcast. Probably already done by the time people see this. But in our new merch store, we're going to have some new logos, a couple different logos that I've done that you guys were happy with, you guys liked. So hats, T-shirts, hoodies, and you guys will recognize a little bit of a new look for the podcast to go along with it. So I think we're all excited about that.
Yep, definitely one of the things that we wanted to do coming into this year was kind of, get some more merch out, open up our own store, have some stuff on there, maybe even upgrade our studio system that we all have. Maybe I'll get like a makeup artist before I come on. We're all still tinkering, all the ideas of what we, can come up with.
Yeah, and that's like the natural progression of the show, right? Like, we're talking about getting, microphones and things like that. We don't have to go too far behind the scenes, but yeah, we want to continue to, improve the quality of the show and come up with some ideas to make things better and more enjoyable for the listeners, right? Charles, what say you?
Right now, Charles is sticking things up his nose, doing nothing. Brandon still thinks we're doing the skit of nothing because his microphone's not even on. He's sitting there going like this.
He's eating Takis. He's been chomping on Takis for the last half an hour.
No, I'm done eating Takis.
Man, he's a man of few words.
Charles is over there shopping for 10 backs, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He needs a Rat King.
Rat King. That's it.
Rat King.
My last one I need.
I found a couple of those in the
dumpster where you get your boxes.
Yeah.
You mean Theo Vaughn? The Rat King?
Rat King, yeah. I need them loose complete.
I had that figure. I'm trying to remember exactly what it looks like. Does he kind of have like bandages on him and stuff?
Yeah. Like he comes with a rat, and he has like a few accessories. I forget exactly what he comes with.
A crown.
I don't think so. No.
I think Shane actually spray painted one of the rats. That's what he's looking for on the shelf right now.
No, I totally had the figure. I'm just Googling it because I wanted to remember what he looked like. Yeah, I totally had this figure.
I'm looking for a mint loose complete.
This guy looks like a complete psychopath. Can you imagine selling this to children? He's got bloodshot red eyes.
Can we insert a picture of what it looks like?
I just watched the episode of when he was first in it with my son.
The figure, the action figure, is actually so much scarier than he looks in the cartoon.
It's the last one I need from that second wave from 1989. And I obviously said I am done after the 10 backs. Well, I moved over from the 10 backs to the first 14. So I added 4 more. I'm not going to go past.
Chris is just shaking his head.
Because this is
I'm
how
not going to go past.
this is how it starts. It's another rabbit hole of garbage.
Well, it is a small rabbit hole because these are about $50 to like $75 each. Chris just bought a Toxic Limbs Bosque overseas.
For how much?
I don't want to say the price, but I'm going to say it is about the value of a 2007 Honda Civic.
Is that the coupe or the sedan?
I'm going to go with the coupe with leather.
So I'm actually bidding on this item while I'm at my brother's house for his daughter's birthday, and I ended up winning it there. And then, you know, I get in the car with my wife and my 2 kids, and we're driving home, and I'm all excited. And I'm telling my wife, I'm like, yeah, I finally got this one piece I've been after for a while. It's going to be like one of the cornerstones of my collection. And I'm going on about how there's not so many around. And I tell her that I spent, you know, on this thing. And she just looked at me and she was just like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I spent like, I'm like, but don't worry. I'm going to sell off some other stuff and it's just going to pay for it. She didn't even care. Like, she did not care at all. She literally just changed the subject and she was like, so, what's for dinner tomorrow night?
Then you're supposed to tell her it's $25.
I was going to, but sometimes I actually tell her the real price because I want to see a reaction, because there's just no reaction. She doesn't really get mad.
Yeah, remember when this show started, Brandon? He would advise everyone to tell their wives everything costs $25. I remember that.
$25. And now my wife is on our sales page, and she sees what things go for. So I can't tell her that anymore.
He's a YouTube sensation now. He can spend. He's on a major YouTube channel.
And what's that?
What do we call it? Prune's Playhouse? Is that what we're calling it?
So, for who doesn't know, what is a Bosque? What is a Toxic Limbs?
He has bright green fingernails and bright green toenails. And that's the only variant part of him. There's actually a short V on the back.
So a regular like Bosque is about what, $20? Not even with his master. So this one that you bought was the price of a 2007 Honda Civic with leather, and it was because his arms are green.
This is a POC. That's what it is originally. It is a Spanish figure. And I think Shane said it a few weeks ago when we talked about it, but there's less than 20 known to exist. or around 20 known to exist. So, everyone knows the Spanish factories. There's PBP and POC. POC is the earlier version of the Spanish figures before it turned into PBP. So when you find anything POC, it's always a lot more money. With the Boss, that just happens to be probably the most expensive one out of all of them.
I only
Now,
know
is that the one
Pac, and that's a Tupac.
that is that the most distinguishable Pac out there, though?
I don't know. I think it's the most highly, wanted one. It's the most desired one. But, how often do you see like a Luke Farm Boy Pac? Because that was even up in an auction today too, and you don't ever see those. Also,
I mean, how do you discern which one's like a Pac and which one would be just a regular Kenner if they're loose? That's what I mean. Like, is that like the most distinguishable one where you can like, oh,
the toxic
the
toxic limbs one's easy to tell because of the neon green limbs, but that Luke that he had up there, I couldn't tell the difference between that and a normal Luke. What was the difference?
I really didn't go too far into it, and I don't have any Pac figures at all. That is definitely a John Rula action figure graded question, but I think the paint definitely looked different on the Luke than other Lukes, and I'm sure they're welded or made differently also.
So here's the question. You get that figure in, where's it going? Is it going to CAS, UKG, or AFA?
or that new one?
To get graded, you mean?
Yeah.
Correct.
I'm going to have him ship it to AFA for me and do express just to get it out of the way.
I will drive down to Atlanta and sit outside their mailbox receiving, sit outside the receiving and intercept it.
And the reason why the figure is actually going to AFA is because the guy that I bought it from, he has sent stuff, there already. He already has an account. So he's just basically doing it for me straight there. He doesn't use CAS. He's never used it before. So then he would have to ship the item to me, and then I would have to fill it out and ship it out again. It's just less time traveling in the mail for a $1 figure. So I'd rather have him just send it somewhere and just get it done with.
And you also don't want to wait because my orders from July were at 8 months almost.
So this is going to be like one of those special favor type things, and it's going to get done fairly quickly.
So what if it comes back? It's a repro.
That's not going to happen. The guy is a very known collector, very known seller. He runs a bunch of pages. And if it did or if it was, I'm sure there would not be a problem, and he would just refund me back my money.
Yeah, no big deal. Just refund you a 2007 Honda Civic with leather.
Yeah, but it's a 2007 Honda Civic here in the United States, not over there where they get it from. So this is what they do. They're over there. They get these pieces. They come across them more often. It's kind of like us being here in the States. We come across, regular Kenner figures. People in the UK come across Palatoy figures. It's, really where they all started from. They come across them. So, yeah, it's still rare. It's still definitely a hard to find piece, but I think over
Probably
here
bought
in
it
the
for $10 at a garage sale.
Then there you go. You should sell it on Row 5.
You have one, Brandon?
No, I don't have one of those. I wish.
No, I think he was saying the guy that sold it to Chris bought it at a garage sale for $10 over there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The same guy that buys all the Letty figures down in Mexico, gets them for nothing, sells them for a few grand.
Smartest guy in the world. I wish I could go there and do it with him.
Because anywhere he's getting old figures, right, in his country, they're probably mostly Letty, right? So
Yeah, well,
Going
all of our figures are super common here in the U.S. That way, nobody spends an arm and a leg for them.
Yeah.
The ones that everybody wants are all the variants that are in different countries, and those are more accessible in those countries. And I guarantee you that that boss doesn't go for $4,000 over there, unless they're that rare.
Honest to God, I would say maybe most of the POC figures don't go for that much money, but I would think the boss still would, considering that there's like less than 20 known to be around. That's just my guess, and maybe I'm being biased because I just spent $4,300 on one, and I want to think that. But I know even like Luke Farmboy Pox, like I've only seen a couple of them for sale, and it's from that one page and the one page only. You can't get them anywhere else.
So Charles, let me ask you: do you feel, you said the Bosk is typically $20? Do you feel this one is worth times the price?
Yes.
All right.
I actually want it myself. It's like ultra rare, and you almost never find it. But and the question is, what do you think it's going to grade?
I think it's going to grade a 75 to a 75 plus. I think there's a high graded example of an 80. That's the highest one that I think we know of. Not sure who owns that one, but I know there's an 80. So
what John Rula? What grade does John Rula have? John
Rula is 60.
Okay, because I was going to say, without you even saying the number, when I saw the photo today, from my memory, that yours is instantly made me feel like it was in better shape than the one that I'd seen from John.
I think so, but you have to. I also spent over $1,000 more than John's cost, and also John's was a photo sample. They used that one in the book, so that's the example of the book that they used to publish. The book about pox and stuff.
So does that give it a bump in value? It's probably not a huge bump, but it gives it some little notoriety because of that.
Yeah, definitely. It definitely has some notoriety to it. I think I forgot the guy's name. It's Jacob something that made the book and used it as an example. I don't know his name offhand, but
okay.
Everyone uses that, like having in a book. Like there's a red bar on eBay right now. It's a 90 grade, and it's supposedly used in some kind of book. So they're asking like $7,500 for it.
And you don't care about that, right? You would want a nice one, and then you get turned off because it's extra. You have to pay extra because it was in some book somewhere.
I mean, I want that 90 grade, but I am not spending $7,000 on it.
So that's like a 2015 Honda Civic.
I would go with, I will pay a 2001 Honda Civic with a couple flat tires.
And just heat, no AC.
Yes, correct.
Definitely cloth interior.
At least for me, I'm a loose graded collector. I like my loose figures. It kind of got to the point where I don't have anything more to collect. I have pretty much everything that I wanted. So there's only a very few pieces that were left. That is definitely one of them. So my way of thinking is, do I spend $dollars when I don't have a job and I'm a stay-at-home dad? No, it's that's not the smart thing to do. But I'm gonna sell off $dollars of my collection of easy pieces that you can get back at any time. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna sell off a couple of pieces and just use that money.
Yeah, I'd do the same thing. If one ever came up for less than, I'd do that too.
Well, I did want to ask Charles, to kind of circle back to where we started. Charles, what are you planning on bringing to the show? Do you have stuff put away? Do you have specific stuff that you've kind of earmarked for the table at ICCC?
So I think I'm going to be mostly all stuff that I graded myself. I have a huge order from July of last year that I'm hoping it will be back. If it if I finally get it, I'll have a whole bunch of stuff. But I don't know. They're just so slow. It takes forever.
Chris, what do you think's going to happen first? Are we going to get our banners for the show in, or is Charles going to get his graded figures in first?
I would say that Charles might get his graded figures in first.
I'm actually going to go with the banners. Yeah, so we just got a message from Brandon. He just messaged us, are we ending this soon?
I say yeah.
Brandon, do you care to comment publicly?
Sure.
Brandon, I think, might have said 9 words the whole podcast. Maybe
No, more 10. I'd say 10.
Do you guys know I sent the new 5 Idiots Talking Toys logo to Brandon, and he went on there and got his art program open and edited it to say 4 Idiots Talking Toys and sent it back. I think he quit.
All right.
All right. So let's remind everybody to come and visit us at ICCC. At this point that you're watching this video, the show is in another week or 2, I think. Very
I don't
close.
think people are even watching this far into the show.
The 3 people who are left, come and visit our booth, 5 Idiots Talking Toys podcast. Banners will be there. Look for Rogue 5 Toys. Please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and give us a comment. Let us think. What am I saying at this point? This is a show about nothing. Let us know what you thought about nothing that we talked about. We just kind of shot off the cuff here. Guys, another super well done episode. Bravo to all of you. Just high quality effort. And we'll see everybody next week. That's it.